One of my biggest sellers on Etsy are holiday items, things that coincide with holidays. Halloween images start selling in August. Christmas ornaments start selling in September. And so I know it's well, it's the end of September right now. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a custom design for Christmas ornaments, and then I will walk you through doing ceramic ornaments and also MDF, which is wood ornaments. And so that'll be what we're going to do today. So we are going to start in Canva, and I am going to design a custom size image here. And so I'm going to change it from pixels here to inches. And I'm going to do 3" by 3" because that's roughly the size. The ornaments are a little bit smaller. They're about 2.75, but I'm going to keep this design at 3 by 3 inches. So I'm going to create a new design here. And then what I'm going to do first is I am going to go to elements here. And I am going to start with a few things. I actually, in my uploads, I have uploaded some designs that I created with AI, some really cute Christmas trees and some snowmen. And then I was able to make some tumbler wraps with these. But the first thing I'm going to do maybe here is see which one of these would fit on an ornament real well. And I think it might be this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in and I'm going to make it the background, and I want to keep it because the hole for the ornament is going to be on the top, pretty much right where the top of that star is. So I want to make sure that there is room here for putting an ornament together. I really like these Christmas trees. I did this on Bing AI Creator, image creator. So now let's go to, I am going to add text to this now. So I'll add a text box and I will write Merry Christmas. And I'm just going to move that over to the side. And then I'm going to add another text box and I'm going to write 2023, because something that I notice is one of my biggest sellers right now is ornaments with the date on it. So that is a huge design seller. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this top text box and I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to change my font in this. First, I'll change the color because I think I'll make it white so that we can see it a little bit better. Now I'm going to change the font, and I've uploaded numerous fonts out of my Creative Fabrica account. So what you do to upload a font is I would go to Creative Fabrica and I would download the font, take it out of the zip file. And then when you go in here, you can hit this upload a font and then you search your folder for it. And that's how you upload new fonts that you can use. And as long as you have a Creative Fabrica account, you are able to use all of those fonts. And so now I will look in here and see what might look good on Merry Christmas. Let's see what that one, oh, that one looks pretty good. So I will move this. That is, what did I change it to? Halama Sadila, whatever that is. And so, but anyway, it's a font that I like and I do use quite a bit. And so I'm going to stretch this out, make it bigger here, move it again. I don't have any idea where I'm going to put this yet. I'm just playing here. So, but I do know it cannot be at the top because I don't want any more cutting off this star because, like I said, the hole for the ornament is going to be in the top. So I'll leave that there for now. And I also don't want to get too close to the edges because when you put a round ornament in here, you're going to want to make sure that your words fit on there. So now I'll take this 2023, I'll move it down here a little bit, center it, and I will see what font I want to change that to. And again, you just go to your fonts and you find a font that you think will look good. Don't like that. So just keep playing with it until you find one that you like. A lot of times if you go into like Creative Fabrica or any other any other account that you have access to, and you put in font duos and you search those, they'll come up with two fonts that look really good together. So I'm gonna see what this one is. This is that one. And I'll see there. Yeah. So as you can see, this was a font duo. So this is the script, and this is the not script part for it. So that actually does look really good together. So now I'm going to stretch this 2023 out because I want it to be visible on there, and center it, and we'll see how that looks. I think that looks pretty good for now. Maybe I'll go down here and show you how to do a few things with this text here. If you go into effects and you scroll down here, you can see that you can curve this. Well, I certainly don't want to curve that much. So if you go down here a little bit further, you'll see that you can change the curvature of Merry Christmas. And I do like it like that. That's pretty good. So, and I'll leave that. All in all, for being a quick put together image, that is not too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to download it now. So I'm going to go to share at the top, and then I'm going to hit download. And I want it to be a PNG. There are other things that you can pick here, but I want it to be a PNG. And now I'm going to do a transparent background just because I have Canva Pro and I can do that. You wouldn't have to on this design because there is no need for a background. Now I am going to raise this up a little bit, the pixels, just because I want it to be really clear. Now, this is going to make this file a lot bigger. You do not have to change that. It will come in clear, but this is going to make it even a bigger file. So when you download it, it is going to be bigger. So now I'm going to download this, and then we will go into a Word document, and that is how I print. I print from Words. So now I have opened a Word document because, like I said, I print from Word. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little smaller so that you can see everything. So I'm going to go into layout here, and I am going to keep it at 8.5 by 11, but orientation, I'm going to switch it to landscape just because it'll be easier for you to see the images on here. And margins, I have custom preset to 0. So I'm going to pick the 0. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to insert, and I'm going to go to picture here and this device. And I downloaded that new image. So I'm going to go to that here first. And as you can see, here is my new Merry Christmas 2023. And here is the image from when I uploaded it from Bing image creator. So I am going to pull this image in, and it came in. If you go to picture format here, you can see that it came in at 3 inches by 3 inches. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit this little icon here, which is your layout options. And I'm going to click on with text wrapping and through, because now I can move this anywhere on the page. And if you don't do that, you're just kind of stuck with where it's at. So I'm going to leave that one there because I think the 3 inch by 3 inch will be about right for this, because that'll give me room to lay my ornaments on here. And even though my ornaments are round, it doesn't matter. I want the image to go off the side of the ornament. And I might even go up maybe 3.1. I don't think I'll need that. I will pre-print these and I will check that. But as for now, I'm going to leave it at 3. And so I also have some other images of designs that I've already created. So let's see if I can go and find some of those here. Let's look at these. Are some that I made that I have on Etsy as well. They're very cute. I'm kind of happy with them, but I'm going to put this one in right now. This is Candy Cane Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses. Now this one came in a little bigger. That's only because that's the way I designed it. So again, I'm going to do the wrap and through. And then I am going to actually drop this down in size because it does not need to be that big. And this way I can get, lay my ornament on there and get good coverage on that. So I'm going to insert another one, insert picture from this device. Let's go with this guy, Very Merry 2023. And that came in, first of all, wrapping through again. And then I'll move this up here where it's a little better. That came in at 4, but as you can see, you know, it's got the space around it here. So I'm going to drop this down until I get it to where I know it's going to fit into that, on that ornament. And a good way to make sure that your designs are going to fit in your ornament, go to Insert and Shape, and you can enter a circle here, and I'm going to change that. Now I'm going to change it to 3 inches high and 3 inches wide. And then my circle will come right at that 3 inches. Now, again, like I said, these ornaments are a little less than 3 inches. And so maybe I should even drop this lower so that you can see it, because they're about 2.75, if I remember right. So I'll do 2.8. So now see, I'm going to want to make this image smaller because otherwise my words won't fit on there. And same with this, they're not quite at the right size for their feet, or the words will be hanging off. So you can make a size to fit this, and then you can play with the ornament on top so you know that it's going to fit. But I also don't want it too small because I want it to go off the page too, off the side of the ornament. I want it completely covered. So I'll go a little bit bigger with this one because I don't want any. This makes it easier so you don't have a lot of white marks. And now you can also go to Shape Format here, and I can send this backwards, and let's see here. And now you can see that that's behind it so that you know that you're going to be covering the whole thing. Let's do that with this one. That one's still a little too big. So I'm going to shrink that down a little bit. Nothing worse than printing your images and then they don't fit on your ornament. Because you got to remember that we're going to have a hole up here. So you want to make sure that this is going to fit nicely. All right, I'll move this. Let's see what this one does. Let's see here. And again, that shape that I have is 2.8. So star in there, the Christmas tree will be going off a little bit, but you know what, it looks pretty good. I think I'll just leave that one at the size that it is. So now we'll go and we'll insert some more. You're not going to print this circle. I'm just using that because especially for these, when you're bringing them in, you want them to be the right size that you're not going to have a lot of overflow on it. So again, I wrap and through, and then you can shrink this down, pull this in. You can see that that'll fit pretty nicely on there. That one's about right. So I'll leave that one. I'll grab another one, insert picture. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll duplicate this one. Control C, Control V, and put a couple more of these on because I want to do it on both wood and ceramic. So what I think I'll do is I'll just duplicate these, and then we can see how they turn out on both wood and ceramic. Control C, Control V, got that one, and then this one, Control C, Control V. And I'll move these and get these on here. So you can always print these and get them to fit on pretty well by moving them around. Let's see, to get it on your page so that you can fill your sheet up as much as possible because you're going to be cutting these apart anyway. So now I'm going to go to print. So I'm going to go to File and Print. And I'm going to be using a different printer than this. I'm going to be using my Epson EcoTank 2760 that I have converted over to Sublimation printing. And we'll go through the printer properties here. But what I wanted to show you, the reason that I brought this in is so that you can see here that all of these are on pretty good here where they're not being cut off the page. But I am concerned with this line here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to see why that is showing with a line. I don't understand it because this one is clear, a clear PNG. So now let's see what it does. File and print. And see, now it doesn't have that line there. I did move it. So what you want to do when you go to this print preview is you want to make sure that nothing is cut off anywhere. So they're all on there good so that nothing is being cut off on the corners. So now I'm going to go under printer properties and I'm going to change this to premium presentation paper matte, and I'm going to change it to high quality. And then I'm going to go under more options and I'm going to turn high speed off. And I'm going to put mirror image on, because on Sublimation you want to mirror your image. And under image options, I'm going to change it to emphasize more and emphasize thin lines. Hit OK and hit OK. And now I'm going to print this. And after I get it printed, I will come back. Just finishing up printing. These ceramic ornaments are about 2.8, 2.9 inches, whereas the MDF, the wood ones, come in at 2.75. So they're both roughly 2.75 inches. So now while my press is heating up, I have started it for 385, and I am going to run the ceramic through for 130 seconds. And then the wood I am going to be doing at 60 seconds. So the first thing I do here is I am cleaning them. And I like to use a coffee filter for cleaning. It's lint free. And on the MDF here on the right, you want to make sure that you remove the plastic from both sides of the ornament. Now you can sublimate on both sides of these ornaments, but I am only going to be sublimating on one side today. I'm going to be using heat resistant tape to add these ornaments to the images. So I'm just going to lay my ornaments on the image and tape them down. You're going to be needing heat resistant tape for this. And so you're going to trim your images down. Always trim your images. Now for these with the Christmas tree, of course they are going to be overlapping on the ornament, covering the entire white part. But some of the other ones don't cover the whole ornament. So you're going to want to trim your images down accordingly. I'm sorry, my puppy has decided she needs to bark in the background, so that's my baby Belle. Okay, so here you can see that I have set both the ceramic ornament and the MDF, the wood ornament, over the image, and then I'm going to be taping it down with heat resistant tape. So I am starting with my wood ornaments first, so I put a piece of regular copy paper down to protect my pad, and now I am going to use a Teflon sheet on top of that, and then I'm going to press these at 385 degrees for 60 seconds. They came out amazing. One thing that I want to note on these MDF, on these wood ornaments, is let them cool before you take the tape, if you put any tape on the back. And if anything lifts when you're taking the tape off, while it's still warm, set a book on top of it so that all of that presses back down. But if you let it cool, you shouldn't have any lift coming off of them. But all in all, these turned out really well. I only did 3 at a time here. I didn't mention this earlier, but you will want heat-resistant gloves or hot pads for this, because these come out very hot, especially the ceramic. Now I've got my ceramic ornaments on the same way, and I'm going to be running these through with a Teflon sheet for 130 seconds. Again, these are very hot when you take them out. And be careful what you set them on, because if you set them on anything with color, they will absorb that color. So make sure when you're taking them off and they're still hot that they're on a clean paper or a clean pad, but make sure that there is no residue from anything else. But these turned out great. The Merry Christmas with the Christmas tree one here, I see that I do have a slight white edge. I didn't have that quite lined up the way that I wanted to, but other than that, I think they turned out pretty good. All right, here are the finished products, and here is a comparison. The wood is on the left in these images, and the ceramic is on the right. So I think that you get a better quality item when you're doing ceramic, but as you can see on my Christmas tree one with the blue, sometimes these darker colors are harder to get a good coverage on ceramic. But as you can see, the lighter colors on the ceramic turned out great. So that you can keep in mind. Also keep in mind on the MDF, they do cost less money for the wood, but you also have that extra step of removing the plastic on both sides. And they do chip. I mean, they're going to chip, but you can also chip your ceramic ornaments. But I do find that the MDF ones will nick up easier than the ceramic ones will. Just keep that in mind. So when you're pricing these, of course, you can price the ceramic quite a bit higher than you can for the MDF. But just keep it in mind. Those are the pros and cons. All in all, I think they turned out great, and I hope this helped you. So have a great day. Please subscribe to my channel if you like what you see here for other upcoming videos. Have a great day. I have put links below for items that I've used in this video and also a link to my Etsy store. Thank you.